In this video, we're going to look at how to import contacts into Amplify from a CSV file. The first thing you need to know is it needs to be a CSV or comma separated values file. It can't be an Excel spreadsheet, but most programs, including Microsoft Excel, Apple Numbers, and Google Sheets all let you save as a CSV file. So you need to get that CSV file, make sure it's cleaned up, make sure you got everything in the right columns, and it should look something like this. You want to have a separate column for each field that you want to import. The tags can be combined into a single column and just separate them by comma, just like I have here. And you don't have to import everything that you have here, so we can skip certain columns during the import. But one thing you want to note before you do the import is if there is a field that you want to bring into Amplify, into your contact records, you need to make sure you have a place to put it. So for example, favorite color, we don't have a field in Amplify at the moment that asks for favorite color or is a place to store favorite color. So before we even do the import, what we need to do is create that field, and you want to do that for any fields that are in your spreadsheet that you want to bring into Amplify that don't already exist. So to do that, we're going to go to Contacts and Custom Fields. And we're going to create a field. We'll just do a single line. This is just a single line of text. You have different formats here that you can explore, but we're going to do single line. It's going to be a contact object, and the field name, we're going to do favorite color, and folder name, you can change this later, but we're going to put it under additional info, and we'll create that custom field. So now looking at the spreadsheet that we want to import, pretty much everything here we can either skip or we can put it into a contact field. So we're good to go. The next thing you want to make sure is in the spreadsheet, you want to make sure the phone numbers are in what's called an E164 format, which is the standard format for phone numbers. Sometimes it'll have like the plus and then the country code, but it needs to have the country code for sure, then the area code, and then the 7-digit phone number. So it should look something like that. Make sure it's in the E164 format. I have had some luck if I have a lot of data, just putting it into ChatGPT or Claude and asking it to format the CSV file so that the phone column is in E164 format. If you're not too good with formulas and spreadsheets and all that stuff, you might have some luck getting AI to do that for you. But once you have the import ready to go, we're going to come over here to Contacts, Smart List, and we're going to click on Import. Now you can import from CSV, which is what we're going to be doing. You can also import from HubSpot if you use HubSpot, but for now we're just going to do CSV. So we'll start CSV import. It's going to be a contacts object. We're going to click Next, and this is where we're going to drag the spreadsheet. So I just dragged it onto the page, and you have three options here. You can create contacts, you can create an update contacts, or you can update contacts. So create contacts will just create the new ones, but it won't update any existing contacts that are already in your system that are also on the spreadsheet. Create and update contacts will do both, and then update contacts will not create new contacts. It'll just update anything that's on your spreadsheet. It'll look and see if they're already in your system, and if so, it'll update any additional information from your spreadsheet to keep everything current. But I would say the most common use case is create and update contacts. So that's what we'll select, and we'll click Next. Now this is a very important page because this is where we do the mapping. So everything on the left is from the CSV file or the spreadsheet, and everything on the right is where we're going to put it. So we're basically telling Amplify, put first name into the first name field, put last name into the last name field. You can see that the system does a pretty good job based on the column headers of figuring out where everything needs to go. Sometimes it gets it wrong, so you want to make sure to take a look at it. And if you don't need that information in the system, you can just click this little X that pops up, and we can exclude it completely and it won't be part of the import. Like this country, I don't really want to bring that in there, so I'm just going to click that little X and it's not mapped. Tags, very important. Make sure that is mapped into the tags field. And this one is very important. This is that new field that we just created, favorite color. So you see now we have a place to put it, because if we didn't have this here, we would have had to try to put it somewhere and it just wouldn't match up because we don't have a favorite color field, but now we do. Once everything looks good, we're going to check this box down at the bottom and click Next. On the last step here, we can create a smart list from this import if we want to. Usually I don't do that because I tag them, as you'll see, in a certain way, and I just use the tag to create a smart list later if I need to. You can also add the contacts to a workflow. Personally, I don't like doing this because I like to get the import done first and then check that everything lined up, and then I can always add them to a workflow later. But it's up to you. And then this add tags to imported contacts, this is helpful. So I will check this. And one tag that I always like to add is this import tag. Now I had already created this one from a previous import today, but you can create tags right here by typing whatever you want. And if the tag doesn't already exist, it'll let you create it. So in this case, 823, 2026 import, this already exists as a tag, so it's not gonna let me create a new one, but I'm just gonna show you what it would look like. If I were to create a new tag, it's gonna look like that, and then you just click on it and it'll create a new tag. But in this case, we just wanna use that tag that already exists. So I'm just gonna select it. And this way, every single contact in this import will have this 823-2026 import tag so that I can always find all of those contacts and know this is how they got into the system. And keep in mind, this is in addition to the tags that have been added at the CSV column level. These tags are also going to be added to each individual contact down here, but they're different for each contact. So this one up here is more of a universal setting that's going to apply to all of the contacts in this entire file. So once everything looks good, we have to check this box at the bottom to confirm all contacts in this import have consented to hear from us. I previously contacted them within the last year, and this list is not from a third party. Those are the requirements from the systems that we use, which are Twilio and Mailgun. That's our email provider and our telephone provider. So you have to make sure you have consent to send people text messages and also to send them emails. So you don't want to use this process for any type of purchase list or scraped list. You want to make sure to only import contacts that you have permission to contact and they've heard from you in the last year. So if that looks good, then we're going to click Start Import. And depending on how big the list is, it could take anywhere from a few seconds up to, I've seen it take 10 minutes. But what we can do is view the bulk actions, and this will give us a list of the statuses of what happened. So this is the newest import that we just did. If we click on statistics over here, we can see what success we've had and what errors we had for each contact in the spreadsheet. In this case, we see we've had success. It's created all 3 contacts, so that's good. There's no errors. And we can actually go into the contact records by clicking on Smart List. If we look at the ones that are the newest, these are the 3 that were just created: John Smith, Jane Doe, and Alex. Now, if we click into one of these, let's just see if everything mapped in properly. We see all the tags, and I recommend always checking against your original CSV file just to make sure everything looks good. So for Alex, he should have a sample, an imported, and a VAP tag, and then he should also have that import tag that was the universal one. That looks good. Let's also see if that new field mapped in properly, which was favorite color. You can see it right down here, favorite color purple. That matches with what we see here, favorite color purple. So everything's looking good for Alex, and you can spot check a few other ones if you want. And like I was saying before, if you want to then just simplify how you get all these contacts into a workflow, what you can do is create a smart list. You can call this your 823-2026 import, and you can filter it by a tag, because remember, they all have this tag that we added. So we can apply that tag. Now we have a smart list right here with those contacts. We can now select all of them, and we have some bulk actions we can do here, such as trigger an automation, which is the same thing as adding them to a workflow. Or we could send them a quick SMS, send them an email, or now that we have this smart list, we can also use this as an email list when we are over here in marketing and we are trying to send an email to a specific segment or list. We can just use this import. So that's why I like getting the contacts in the system first and then figuring out how to segment them and tag and get everything organized so that we can get them into the right place that they need to be. That's going to do it for this one. Hopefully it wasn't too complicated. If you have any questions at all and you're an Amplify subscriber, we're more than happy to help review any type of spreadsheet that you want to import. The most frequent 2 concerns we get, I'll try to cover these quickly, is number 1, people try uploading non-CSV formats. So it's not going to work with an Excel format. It has to be a CSV format. So make sure that when you are saving that spreadsheet, you're exporting it as a CSV, which you can do from Excel, from Numbers, and from Google Sheets using the file dropdown, I believe. And the second issue is the phone number. A lot of times we see errors pop up because the phone number is not properly formatted. It has to be in the E164 format. So make sure that you're using the country code and you have the full phone number listed out in that proper format. If you run into any issues, let us know, and we will see you in the next video.